All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happens. If I mention like a while back, I'm talked about um a place in the world that starts with a U and ends with a crane, and I got a warning. They were like, "You are not talking about this." I was like, "Damn. What's going on with the world?" Anyway, hope you're all doing well. It's so good to see you all. Thank you for joining me back. Um, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Would really appreciate it. We are speaking about the Sebastian Rogers case, and I want to go over this Paris landing. And we're going to, wherever Sebastion is, if there is foul play, you can bet your britches, as we say in the South, that if there is foul play, if something was done with him, it is going to be in a place that the person hiding him is familiar with, right? You generally don't go someplace where you're not familiar with, right? Because you want to know that someone is not going to be there while, you know, you are doing whatever you're doing. I live an hour and a half from Paris Landing, and I've never heard anything about Chris being seen there. I don't know. I don't know. But what's interesting to me is that is the area where I think so too. I see you. I think so too. But also, I think about this ICU. Yes, it's probably going to be a quick drop off. But I also think he had 17 hours. 17 hours. Could be anywhere. And it could certainly be across the state line. Maybe CP said to search north like reverse psychology, thinking we would say search the opposite. That's a very good point. Could be. Didn't he say he went to 3 places looking? I don't know. She just sent. She told me to look at my text. Okay. 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 I got to read this 1 second. This is a post from 2017. Came into the life. Terry just loves his stepson Chris, but Chris did not love the stepsons. Terry's post regarding if you have somebody in your family who is an idiot, what? Okay. Sorry, guys. Bear with me 1 second, so please. Yeah. Okay. Um, let me show you this. Um, Hopkins County to Paris Landing. Where's Hopkins County? Okay, so this is it only an hour and 53 minutes? It's got to be longer than that, doesn't it? It's got to be longer than that. Landfill was in Hopkins County, Kentucky. Yes. Oh, okay. This is the landfill. This is the landfill to Paris Landing. Got ya. I got you. I got you. Okay, perfect. All right, that works then. So let's go to Google Earth. You know, the thing, we've got to find this kid, guys. We've got, like, someone has got to do something. They've got to do something because nothing is going to be done until we find Sebastion. Paris Landing State Park is an 841-acre state park located on the western bank of Kentucky Lake in Buchanan, Henry County, Tennessee. The park is located inland from the original site of Paris Landing, which served steamboat traffic on the Tennessee River. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'll also do calls today. If anyone wants to call in, you can call in. There's the number on the screen. In the state parks, there is a lake to swim and a few little playgrounds and not much. You know, Chris has always said kind of go northwest, I believe, but I just don't. Right here's Hendersonville. Way over here's Paris. And he was way down here. So I don't think he's going to be up there. But then again, I'm thinking, well, he had 17 hours. He could be anywhere. You know what I mean? Chris said he won't. Hello, my love.
Hi, Justin.
How are you?
Okay. I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in.
Okay.
What's up?
My whole thing with this Sebastion Rogers case is, think back to the Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell case.
Uh-huh.
Law enforcement told them, you produce these kids by this date.
Yep.
Or you're being charged.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't they do that? Why
I'll tell you why.
do that?
One reason. They said he walked out on his own accord.
It's just crazy, though, because, you know, I put in the chat earlier, having quote unquote no evidence.
Yep.
That is the evidence. That's all the evidence. I mean, shit, for us, you know, web sleuths or whatever you want to call us, that's enough evidence for us. Why the hell isn't it enough evidence for Craddock?
Yeah.
It doesn't, it sucks. It's so sad and it sucks.
We've got to find him, or we've got to find where, like, video of, or find something that he, someone moving someone or something, but that is the only reason. That is the only reason.
And
is you have
honestly,
so
Justin,
many
I
hours.
think if they would have done their due diligence
Mm-hmm.
to thoroughly that day forensically sweep that house, we would know where this kid is right now. I think so. I really do.
Yep. No, I agree.
And it's just sad.
I agree. I don't think. I think that they thought, "Oh, look at this nice community," when they first came in there, and they thought, "Oh, well, I think they really played that he was severely autistic, and it was, oh, well, he walked out." And then once they started looking at the cameras, there was nothing on any of the cameras, and then they are trying to get a scent of him leaving, and there's nothing. And once they look a little closer, it's not as, I guess, perfect as it looked.
Exactly. And then it's like, I'm confused by the fact that there's nothing else, there's no digital anything that they look for in any other case. There's no, all right, let's put out, a bolo basically for that day, and let's find license plate readers. Let's find whoever was driving down these and these roads on this day. If you saw anything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they're not doing any of that. They're not doing any, let's gather footage from this gas station and this CCTV footage from here and here and see if we can make a connection. There's none of that. There's no, let's pull the black boxes and see where the hell these cars went. None of it. And it's bullshit to me.
That's the thing.
My language, but it's just...
No, you're fine. That's the thing. There's been, I think Chris McDonough from the interview room, he said, a lot of times we can't give you information because of whatever, but he said, sometimes law enforcement can just not say anything, and that can also hurt the investigation, because if you give the public something to work with, they can recall that, oh, I was there at this time.
That's who solves these cases ultimately. At this day and age, and the technology we have, it's eyewitnesses, forensic data, and digital data that is getting people, and it's just like, we're not seeing any of that in this case. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's wild to me, and I totally understand the whole, if they're building a case thing, and that's why they're not saying anything, and but we're going on 6 months now. Come on,
Yeah.
and they sit there and say that they don't expect this or want this to turn out like the Summer Wells case is, but that's exactly the road they're headed down.
Yes.
It's just wild.
There's five high profile cases, and I mean 5 solid high profile cases right now in Tennessee that have, none of them have been solved. There is nothing. And I mean,
it's pretty wild.
2, maybe 3 out of the 5, you have, like, what I would consider some very suspicious things going on. I mean, I think all of them likely died of something foul play, right? But but 2 of them at least are.
Someone just said, I still don't think any of the parents did anything to Sebastion. I don't see that being a logical theory, that this kid walked out of the house and the parents still don't have responsibility in any of this.
Well,
I don't see how that's a lot. That's just me though,
yeah, well, they said,
It,
like in Don and Candace's case with Summer Wells, they said Summer was abducted. Well, people do get abducted. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And that's the story they used. And in Sebastion Rogers' case, uh, in my opinion, the story they used was he walked out on his own accord.
yeah,
And
and
you
that's
and a
the lead they
15-year-old
had to
boy
follow
can
that
walk
first
out
day.
on their own accord. But I don't
Yeah,
think this 15-year-old walked out on his own accord.
right, right.
And if he did, there
Yeah,
would be some freaking evidence. You know what I mean? So it's like,
exactly. It's wild. And then
uh,
that shit that that dog, the canine handler just pulled. Oh my god! It's like, can there get? Can we get like? I'm about to pull a Chandler line here. Can there be any more drama in this case? You
uh,
watch Friends, you know
I
that.
am so tired
But
of it. I'm so tired of hearing about, the drama and the BS of it all. And the thing about I've noticed about a lot of these cases, that there's nothing when in all of this drama, there's not really anything to the drama. It's just that it's just the back and forth. This might have happened, right? Oh, you might have
right,
did this. Oh, you
right.
might have did that. Oh, you might have said this. Oh, you might have said,
Hmm.
and it's really nothing. It's just people arguing.
And you know what? Yeah. Yes, Haley Siebold. If anything, is it not neglect? You're damn right. It is neglect. It
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
If you're under 18-year-old child who has a disability in this case, which he's high functioning, and that's whatever, but it's still a factor of this, you know. And every situation is different, and this one is different. This kid didn't walk out of the house. I just, yeah,
Hmm.
it's crazy.
It
But I
is.
just kind of wanted to put in my 2 cents about the whole, like, I wish they could just say, produce the kid or you're done, Fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people have been saying, "Oh, well, he could have walked so far off."
Right, right. Out of the search
Um.
radius, out of, yeah,
Let's think about that a moment. Nobody saw him
right,
at all, and he's going to walk
right.
so far off, barefooted and cold or cool outside, no
And my
shoes.
question
He's
is,
not going to walk through the damn woods. He doesn't even like the sound of the
okay,
back door.
right, right. So it's okay. Let's run on this for a second.
Hmm.
Let's say he did walk out of that front door,
Right.
barefoot, no coat, whatever. Okay, we know he would most likely take the sidewalks and main roads, right? He wouldn't go through the
Oh,
woods.
absolutely. He's
Who
not going to
would?
go through the woods. He's not going to go through the
So,
woods.
so exactly. So in that fact, it's like, did these cops even check CCTV footage in the area to see if a kid was walking? Did they even any of that?
Yeah. Well,
Probably not.
if he's walking the roads, there's obviously cars going by, right? There's obviously
Right,
car. It doesn't matter
exactly.
what time of the day, what time of the
Hmm.
night. There's going to
Right.
be
And
cars going
anybody
by.
can say anything that they saw him or whatever, but nothing would be compared to literal footage,
Right.
right? So it's I don't know. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. And I think honestly in both cases, Summer Wells and Sebastion, at this point in time, I believe if they brought, well, all four of those parents in, separated them, and interrogated them that way, two of them are going to break.
Yeah.
I know it. I know it. Candace would break in 5 seconds because she almost told that Ernie guy exactly what happened.
Yeah.
He was close to getting the full everything. And then
She almost
in
broke with
Katie's
Chris
side,
too. Uh, right
yes,
when he did
yes,
the She was literally like laying on the ground, crying and stuff, and they cut the
Yeah.
cameras on that stuff. So,
Yeah.
but
So,
you know,
but yeah, I'll let someone else call in. I'm just talking a lot, and I'm just
no, it's a
as
lot that
angry as
I am
everybody
too.
else is. It's frustrating. It, and then the whole Trump thing added to the frustration. It's just like, what is going on in this world?
I know.
And everybody yesterday was saying they were shocked and so surprised that the shooting happened and whatever. And I was like, really? Everybody's shocked? And I'm like, am I the one here that's like has disassociated from everything and I'm just not shocked because
Yeah,
like look at what is happening in our world? So
yeah.
it wasn't shocking to me.
It just shows
And
you that the mental illness and the hatred, just the
yeah,
hatred for, I just don't really care how other people, live as long as they're not harming other people. That's the
hurting
only
anybody.
thing.
Yes,
I
exactly,
don't
exactly.
care.
Nothing needs to be taken to this standard. Nothing needs to be taken this far. It's just and now that mom doesn't have her son anymore, and that family doesn't have their dad and husband anymore
And
and
he looked
son.
like such a good
That
guy, such a good guy.
yeah, firefighter with
Firefighter,
two daughters and a wife, and it's just
beautiful
he jumped
family.
right on top of his family
Yeah.
to protect them. He died a hero, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's sad.
It's sad. Well, thank you so much for calling, dear. Really appreciate it.
Yes, it was good to talk to you.
Good talking to you as well.
Hopefully things pick up and we get some kind of action somewhere.
Amen.
Can only hope.
Amen. Thank
All
you.
right, have a good night.
You too. Bye bye.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Good call. Good call. Thank you so much for calling in. Lines are open 307 228 4906. Lady for Justice, thank you. Misty, my dear Misty. How are you, my sweet Misty? Hey, Justin, I'm just slightly late. Teehee, we must find out the truth about Sebastian Rogers is located. K and C tell the truth. Bingo. I agree. I agree. It's been way too long. It's way too long. We've got what, a month and a half of what, summer left, and then we're going to start going into the fall. This happened at the end of February of this year. I also wish we knew where the cameras are at from their home. It's very interesting, Holly, how you have a mother who installs these cameras and sells them every single day, installs them, but yet says she doesn't have cameras in the outside of her home. Won't even talk about the ones inside her home. And if we remember Nina, she said absolutely there was cameras inside their home. He twisted. Um, and then I don't know, a few weeks after Sebastion went missing, guess what? She's got a new security. She's got Brinks showing up, putting in a security system and installing it. Also on the outside of Chris's camper, he's got what? A camera. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I mean, she installed, smart locks in the front door. I don't know if she has them on. I don't think she has them on the back door, but Brinks, Vivid, um, all of them lock or two when you do the security systems.
To accept, press 1.
Clutch your pearls.
Hi, Justin.
Hi.
This is Kat or wannabe sleuth and something.
Hey, how are you, dear?
How are you?
Good, good, good. One second. Let me fix this camera.
Take your time.
There we go. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Excuse me. Um, One thing that's been on my mind, I made like this whole Sebastian Rogers case playlist, and I was just going through one of the interviews, and I know we noticed this when it happened, but I don't know if we've ever really dug really deep into it. But when Chris is talking about Riley Strain,
Yep.
and he says that he can't imagine what that family's been through.
Yep. I got you. I know what you're getting
Like,
ready to say.
like what?
Yep. I didn't realize that until you just said it. Yeah, you can't imagine what they're going through. Well, you're just going through it right there. So what
Well,
do you
yeah,
mean
but
you
at least
can't
you said
imagine?
something,
That's a good point.
and like you realized as soon as you said it that it was really stupid, and like you said something contradictory or something, like, and you just I feel like he might have noticed it as soon as it came out of his mouth, like word vomit, and he was like, oh crap, you know,
Yeah. That.
because like basically you just gave it away that you don't that you're kind of detached from the situation compared to how they feel because you know I don't feel like they're that sad, and like everyone's mentioned, they kind of just wanted to be like, oh, he ran away, that's that, move on.
Yeah. 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 I
I
mean,
don't think that,
Mohawk. I think. I mean, she knows Sebastian isn't her kid, but you should understand. I mean, you and your family and all of them are going through it right there. You can't imagine what he's going through. The It's like, well, he's saying, oh, I'm a stepdad. We don't use the word stepdad. And all of that. Well, you do know what his parents are going through, very similar, because you're going through a missing person in your family as well.
yeah, it's like, you might be going through the situation, but, clearly there's some disconnect there where he doesn't associate what they're feeling with, what he's trying to pretend that he feels,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think Sebastian um, was not part of the Bowerfoot family.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I know how that feels, and I also know that, like, kids that are on the spectrum can be very difficult, but for that reason, that's what you have to like. I've got this trick. Like when my son lashes out,
Hmm.
I try to immediately calm myself down because
You try to what? You're a little
I've been
low. I'm
working on
sorry.
this. It's hard, it really is hard. But
Yeah.
like it's not going to change anything if everybody's yelling and everybody's stressed out. And I'm thinking, maybe if I bring my voice down to a calm level, then you might do the same
Yeah.
eventually. It
Hmm.
doesn't always work.
Yeah. Well, when my kids, when they were little, when they start with the I don't want, that kind of whiny, not, I don't know what it's just like the dragging of the voice, like it's whining
Yeah.
while they're talking, but why are you not doing this? And I would always say, okay, let's come down. Let's 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 use our voice, and let's speak. Let's have a conversation, right? It's okay to feel the way you're feeling, but let's enunciate our, our words so we can understand each other, right? So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And
And like, honestly, I do think that there are times like maybe they read too much into what Katie says and stuff. Like the time where she said she ran somewhere. That's a southern thing. Like I say I'm gonna run somewhere. I am not running anywhere unless something is chasing me.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I say I'm running to the store. I'm running to the store. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah, and
but I
no, I
also think in that conversation, like, I don't know why she said, well, I ran back, and then she's like, well, drove. Like, I get it, but
Yeah, you have a point.
I also, I mean, somebody ran in that dark. You know what I mean? Somebody did run in the dark.
Yeah,
They did run back. But, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, I think sometimes some of the word analysis uh people, they don't specifically understand like Southern or Appalachian people unless you are
yeah.
one, or
I'm
you've been
assuming
around
so.
it. Because we as Southern people, we use 10 extra words when we could just use one and say the same thing, but that we just say extra words. It's just how we roll. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I get it. Sometimes it's a little too critical on things.
Yeah, and like I'm really bad at overthinking things, so I try to, maybe like think of it differently. Like in the beginning, I was trying to think, because I was trying to think of a way that maybe they're not responsible for this. I was trying to think of a way where it would make sense, that they're not responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would fare better for Sebastion. Like I feel like there's more of a chance of him being alive if they're not involved.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like I'm sitting here just like I would rather it be anything else. Like maybe he gone girls, Chris. If he got mad, that would be awesome to find out that Sebastion's like some kind of a secret mastermind. But I know that's not true. But
Right.
wishful thinking is a thing. But yeah, just trying to think because their story sucks so bad. Like you try to think like, why would they use that one? But no way do you spin it. I can't think of anything that makes sense because of the fact that there's no evidence.
I can't either. And the last thing I want to think is someone in a child's very own home, something happening. It's the last thing I want to think of, right? It's bad enough if an accident happens. It's bad, the child did walk out and something happened. It's bad enough if a stranger comes along, but nobody wants to think about someone in that house doing something. But the thing is, for the life of me, like I've always said, if Sebastion, he wasn't seen on camera, but he, there was a scent of his actual scent. I could accept that. If there wasn't a scent, which I don't know how the hell there couldn't be a scent, uh but he was on camera, I could accept that, right? If there was an article of clothing that they, found close by the house or something, I could accept that. But then you have the parents changing the story, the mother and the stepfather changing the story over and over and over again, and them not helping even this many months out, right? Not being proactive and trying to find your kid.
Yeah, I've put more effort into like finding a cat.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
one thing that stuck out to me is like there was a panel that she was on, another creator that's like pro Proudfoot, doesn't think they're guilty or whatever, and she was talking about Sebastion's body odor issues, things you should definitely talk about when your child is missing. But like I'm sitting there thinking, if he smells so freaking bad, then how come he didn't have a scent?
Well, that may explain why he didn't get a bath that night. You know what I mean?
Like, I mentioned that considering there's no scent.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, if he was constantly smelling, well, damn, then he should have a scent. I mean, I don't know. It's there's just too much to.
No, and I just like all the suspicion, they brought it on themselves.
Yeah.
And I am prepared to continue to, like I've been trying to find somebody talking about Sebastion today through all the, other events. I don't want to say anything that's going to get you in trouble.
Right.
I don't know what to say anymore, but
Me either half the time,
yeah.
so don't feel bad. Me either.
But it's just different stuff that's been on my mind, and it's nice to talk to an adult about it because I think my poor daughter, she's like, I'm 12, Mom. You can't exploit me for free therapy.
Right.
But
it's
yeah,
sad.
we talk about it sometimes. For the most part, I try not to bring my true crime to my kids unless it's something they need to know, like, talking to my daughter about, sneaking out and stuff, and Jocelyn Nungery case and stuff, and talking to her like, don't sneak out. If you want a bag of chips that bad, I will go get it for you. Like,
yeah.
Just being careful and how, creeps like the cover of night and all that fun stuff that you need to talk to your teens about.
Yeah. There's nothing we can't talk about. That's what you got to make sure your kids know. There's nothing we can't talk about because, that's when a lot of things. Yes.
About like every area, nothing my kids can't talk to me about.
Exactly.
Well, awesome talking to you. It's my first time calling in. I worked up the courage. I'm glad I did.
Oh, well, thank you so much for calling, my dear. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too, my dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Great call. Madhouse Mama, thank you so much for becoming a Pearl. Pearls look amazing on you, darling. Welcome to the family. You are part of us now. Y'all, please welcome Madhouse Mama along with Ivana Peters. Thank you, Ivana. Welcome to the Pearls. Pearls look amazing on you, darling. Thank you so very much. Really do appreciate that. Hey, my love, 4 months. Please take a moment to hit that thumbs up. Would greatly, greatly appreciate that. You guys are always so amazing. Hitting that thumbs up button. Beth Howard, welcome, my friends. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome. Y'all, please welcome Beth Howard for becoming a new exclusive world-renowned Pearl. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate your support. Phone lines are open if anybody wants to call in. 307-228-4906. Welcome to call in. Let me take some of these questions. When Sebastion stayed with Steph, his morning routine was showering as soon as he got out of bed. Yeah, some people are morning showers, some people are evening showers, some are both, but I think I do remember Katie speaking about saying that Sebastion was, kind of, I guess, going through a stage where he wasn't taking as many showers or whatever. But, that could be the reason why. But, sometimes I think a lot of times, kids will go through a stage where they don't want to take showers as much. I call it, and you got to kind of, say, listen, get in the damn shower. You're not going to stink, right? So I think some kids go through that sometimes. Uh-oh. Someone just rang in, but why didn't it go through? Okay, it's on receiving calls. You can call back in there, my dear. It's called Boys. Yeah, they're Yeah, it's their stink phase. I think everyone goes through, not everyone, but my we go through, forgive me for this, but we go through an ugly stage as well, and we go through a stink, most of us. Um, Clutch your pearls.
Hey, Justin, I'm sitting here watching you right now.
Hello, my dear. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you, and I'm sorry about my dog. But I wanted to say, I locked him out. I wanted to mention, because I've been thinking outside of the box, a couple of things. One of them is, what if what Katie gave them as a sample of Sebastian's scent wasn't Sebastian's, and that's why the dogs aren't picking him up? And also, what if Sebastian's in the attic, and since they had the wrong scent, they didn't find him?
I would say on your second question, in my opinion, that's almost 100% no on the second
Oh,
part.
darn. Okay.
That's just my opinion, but I think
Yeah.
I think that house has been searched and tore upside down. Not only that, there's nothing that you can keep the scent from a human being that long. There's nothing. There is, trust me.
Well, they did leave the house, didn't they?
Say that again.
They left the house, didn't they? Or are they still gone?
No, they're in the house. They've been in the house. They've
Oh,
been
they are
back
in
in the house for a while. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Now, um, now your first question, you were saying, what if they didn't give Sebastian? What if they didn't give the?
Right. Something truly of Sebastian's for sample.
I mean, I think twofold in that question. If he actually walked off on his own accord, they would
Mm-hmm.
they would want to give him some, give them the right scent, right?
Well, I mean, if they wanted them to find him, sure.
Right.
But
But
they obviously don't want him found.
the second thing is, like his shoes was by the door, his shoes that he wore. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that, I just don't think that's likely. I think that authorities would know, like, what's his clothes, what's his shoes, because there's no one else. And, Chris and Sebastion aren't going to wear either the same size or the same type of clothing. Right.
Right. That's true. But if, and Katie's no dummy, she might have thought ahead far enough to do something with the shoes. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it too far.
Well,
She's
I know
not
that
dumb.
when Seth walked through the door, the shoes were lined up right beside the door. Sebastian
okay.
shoes, because he
Gotcha.
kept them right beside the door.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know. I don't know.
Did he really return the bowling shoes? Is there proof that he returned the bowling shoes that night?
He went back inside, and he walked out to the car with them, and then he, I guess Katie saw that he had them on, and he walked back inside and got his shoes and switched them out.
Well, I'm gonna keep thinking outside the box.
What's that?
I really, in my opinion, I'm gonna keep thinking outside the box, because this is just,
Yeah.
it's got to be right in front of our face, but not. We're not thinking we're not asking those questions. We
Mhm.
haven't thought of those questions yet or something.
I think that, it's going to take digital forensics to solve this. And I think it's going to take him being found.
Mm-hmm.
We got to think about, where could he have been placed?
Exactly. And there's always the chance, because I have a feeling Sebastian's a lot smarter than we've been led to believe.
He
Or,
is.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot more self-sufficient.
Right.
Okay.
And Mohawk
What
just.
if he
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I was just going to say he probably very well understood how CP felt about him, in my opinion, and maybe he, God forbid, took some measures in his own hands. And then Katie hit him, and maybe that's what the sound was. But Katie hit him with a conscience, knowing Sebastion knows. He's very aware of how they feel towards him.
Mm-hmm.
There's always that. I mean, that's a consideration there too.
Right. Mohawk
Maybe he
just.
overheard something in that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. I apologize.
Right.
Mohawk just said, Justin, why wearing bowling shoes if he was playing at the arcade games? And, I wondered about that too, Mohawk, because if Sebastion was, if he didn't like the loud sounds of things, right? The bowling, would that bother him? Would that bother him? Right? If
Good
the it's loud at a bowling alley, right? Now he went to the arcade, but arcades are loud and flashing lights and all of that stuff too, right? So, why would did they really go bowling? Because I hear arcade. Katie said, "Well, we went to the arcade and did that." But then, if he did, then what? Then did he wear bowling
Yeah.
shoes?
Or maybe he wasn't as sensitive to those things as
Hey, Terry Lynn.
Katie is, trying to make him appear.
I don't think his autism was as severe as they made it sound.
I agree.
I could be wrong, might be wrong, but that's just the feeling that I get. Trishy, that's a good point. Could he have noise canceling headphones? That could be. Yes, that's a good point. You could do that in those places like that, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let somebody else call in.
All right, my dear.
Taking my call. I enjoy you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for calling, hon. All right. Bye bye. All right. Good talk. Good talk. Good talk. What's secret if they? Why secret if they're in groups? Oh, I don't know what you mean. Hey, Terry Lynn, could he have used someone else's shoes? Oh, I don't know, like Lori's son. Why
Hi, Justin.
they're in groups?
Accept.
Clutch your pearls.
Hey, Justin. Just real quick, a couple things.
Sure.
About the bowling shoes. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
About the bowling shoes. Seth saw the video, the clip.
Who did?
Of them going to the Seth.
Okay.
Saw the video clip of them. Oh wait a minute, bowling shoes. Never mind. That's just scratch that one. Just scratch that about the bowling shoes.
Okay.
Okay.
the second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is that, and I know this is kind of strange, but when allegedly when Chris, you know, he didn't want to have a child with Nina, but Nina had children, right? But he pursues a relationship with her.
Yes.
Then he has his, okay. Well, then Katie had a child, but yet he doesn't want a child. And I'm beginning to think men like him, and I want to get a hold of Dr. Picata and just talk to him about it. But I'm beginning to wonder if we need a new category for these types of predators, because that's what, you know, he went in there and he's beating on these kids. You know, that's what he's doing. And then when I think about Sebastion and I think about what's happened to him and how vicious that whole thing was with Nina, you know, I still do think some things, you know, it could have been a family affair because of the court cases and just that whole thing that we've all talked about. But here's what I think that I don't think maybe you all have looked into it. I keep up with you pretty close, though. I wanted to text you some pictures. In the first interview that he ever did, Chris has a ball cap on, and it's got a lucky four-leaf clover in the center. And on the side, it says, "Live Lucky." So I was like, because I've been thinking about, you know, when somebody had somebody, they're going to put them somewhere that they're familiar with. So I've been thinking, well, what was his hobbies? You know, what was Katie's hobbies? What did they do together type thing? And even Terry, the stepfather, and what each individually, because whoever took him and put him somewhere had to put him somewhere familiar, or a family familiar. The family's familiar with the area.
Mm-hmm.
But what I found out about the ball cap, there is another emblem on the side, because at first I thought, well, was he into golfing? So I kind of went down the rabbit hole, but he's got an emblem on the other side of the hat. And what that is a company that'll take that and they'll have "Live Lucky" on the one side, but then they'll put your emblem for your sport or whatever on the other side. I can't figure it out. I couldn't get the screenshot to slow down enough to see what it is. But I'm gonna text you those pictures just if you want to take a look at them and see, because I'm thinking that's some type of sport or something that he may be interested in. Because that's the other thing. I just wish somebody that had the knowledge, like Dr. Mercado, maybe would come on the show and kind of, maybe he doesn't have to say CP, but allegedly, or however he wants to say it, but we need to understand how he's thinking. Because he's saying that, you know, he wants to, if he's so hidden so well, how would that CP do that? What would he do? And you got to, and I'll tell you, I sent this into you. I don't know if you got it, but I would go and maybe talk to the professional people that clean the house and say, did y'all see anything that just maybe made you think, this doesn't look right to me. Maybe they saw luggage out, maybe they're a piece missing, or just something, because it's going to take that person, like you said, that goes, oh my God, I didn't think about that till you said something, till you asked me, till you made me think about it. The other thing too is, and I'm just going to say this to anybody that's listening that's local there isn't any reason that somebody can't get a pen and piece of paper and go down to all the stores like that first caller was saying and say, hey, did you look at the footage? What did you see? You got anything left? And start going to the houses saying, look, we're looking for Sebastion. You got anything on any tapes? And is there anything? And I know that his private PIs are doing that, but the bottom line here is it's obviously going to take some effort. And I still say there's satellite imaging. I have I talked about that before. There are companies up there. Everybody said, oh, well, people won't do it in Tennessee. Well, they did it a couple of days before, because I had the company that helped with the Chad and Lori Daybell case. I found them and I got a hold of him, and the guy helped me, and he said those particular days that satellite wasn't rotating on those particular days. He even went out there to help me. So I know there's, I even thought about trying to get a Elon Musk. I mean, Sebastion, we want him found. He should be found. And I also think there needs to be a new precedent for these missing children. Like the first caller, and we've all said, this is absolutely ridiculous. The child is missing. There's no evidence he left the house. There's no evidence that he left the house. I mean, I know it was a flashlight, and I know the car's over there, so he went. But the parents need to be held responsible for that. She took him out, or they took him out somehow. I'm still down there on that little door. Is that because CP discounted it? So that put my spidey senses up. And I've actually, if you go and you look at that door, and I think it's Betty, if you go and you measure, you look, that height of that little white door is about the height of the iron fence, which is about 3 to 4 foot tall. Well, CP said, oh, nobody could get in there. Nobody could get through there. And that's like, wait a minute. And if you come up the wall towards the road, towards Sebastion's room, that is like 4 feet along there. Well, I'm Sebastion's height, pretty much. I could just bend over a little bit, make it through there. Maybe there's a hole underneath the carpet that they've cut out, that they could have taken him out through that door, through the cellar, in the bag, however they got him out, on their back, and took him down to the car. But the cops have got there needs to be a new precedent.
Yeah.
If there's nothing saying that he left that house, then the parents need to be held responsible. That's just a couple things I wanted to throw out there, Justin. I'm going to send you the thing about the hat. I don't know if you guys think it's worth it to try to break it down.
Yeah, send that to me and let me know. Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah.
I'll look at it.
And I appreciate you taking. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay. I think Terry Lynn's trying to call in for something, so I'm going to let her call in.
Right.
Thank you so much. Email me that or text it to me, okay, honey?
I will.
Good talking to you.
Bye.
Thank you, honey.
You too.
Bye-bye. Oh, shit, I just hung up on somebody, I think. Whoever called in. Freedom Church, the color is green. Okay, what's up with Grace? What were you talking about just a minute ago? Terry Lynn, can you call in? Clutch your pearls.
Justin, how you doing, brother?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I'm glad to see you still aim forward toward missing children, and I do appreciate you. I know in the past we ain't really seen eye to eye, but I think we both stand for missing children.
Yes, absolutely.
And I appreciate what you're doing. I'm pretty sure you know who this is.
Is this Ernie? Yeah, okay, that's
Yes,
Ernie.
it is.
It's
Yes, it
Ernie.
is.
I know your laugh. Yeah. Yeah, it's Ernie.
I appreciate you, man. And, I had to take things and look at it, but you do stand for what's right, man. And I do appreciate that. And I think we both working together is the best way on this.
Right,
And,
right.
I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I appreciate you and your chat. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ernie. Take care.
See you.
Okay. Guys, please let Terry call in real quick. Was that you, Terry? I'm going to call you, Terry. I'm just going to call you. Hold on. Let me call Terry Lynn. Hello, dear.
Hello.
You are live.
I think somebody was wanting me to clear up something, and I'm trying to figure out what it was. They were asking me to come up there, and I was like, Justin wants me to come up, I'll come up. There was a question. I don't know what the question was. I think it was about the bowling alley striking fair.
I don't know. People were just saying, Terry Lynn, come up. Terry Lynn, come on up.
Oh, yeah. I will say that, and I'm not going to give my source because they are a detective, and that's all I need to be said on that. They did see him at striking fair.
They what?
They did see they did help with footage, and they did see him at striking fair.
Okay.
That's what it's called, striking fair.
Question: do you know if they bowled, or did they go to the arcade, or did they do both that day?
Oh, okay. They probably. I'm not gonna speculate. I'm gonna say they may have done both. But what I do know was he had tickets that he was turning in his hands on the video. That's all. And I'm not giving anybody any. You're not going to get that source because that is a friend of mine, and I'm not putting anybody's job on the line.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-mm. I won't do that.
They're saying you're muffled.
Might be because I'm on my phone. Hold on. Try not to get earbuds. Let's see. And somebody asked about, I guess, the poker party, which I think I've spoken so much on this poker party, it's crazy. Let me find my other earbuds. I'm looking. Hold on, I'm grabbing. I'm grabbing. Oh, I'm getting them. I promise.
You're fine. No worries. Yeah, Terry Lynn's a sweetheart.
I don't know. I've caught so much crap, and I'm like, I don't even know why I'm catching it, but I'll take it. I can handle it.
Bowling alley. She said she can verify about it. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I would think it was Seth, but they did. You know, the thing is, if bowling alleys are allowed and it's sudden,
Okay, can you hear me better now?
right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, this is, I hate to say, this was confirmed by detectives that was actually doing the favor, period, because they typically do not allow anybody outside in, and that Sumner County does not. And I want to make this really clear, if I can. My mother is on oxygen 100%. My mother has nothing to do with the tip line, okay? My mother does not even know people. She does not. My mother has enough problems, and she doesn't have time for a tip line. So I want to just, let's let that rumor go to hell.
What, they're saying your mother was on a tip line?
My mom's allegedly running some damn tip line.
Oh,
I don't even.
Whatever.
I'm like, my mother is on a full 100% oxygen. Okay, she can barely run to the door, let alone run a tip line.
Right. Good Lord.
I mean, Jesus, please, y'all, leave my mom out of this shit for real. Okay, I'm not even involved in the tip line. I don't even know much about this tip line. Don't care about it either.
Me, I don't know anything about it. Never heard anything about it.
Yeah, I was just given that clip today, and I thought, wait, I'm done with this. I want to stick to the facts because that's what we're supposed to do on this right here. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
There was another question. The only thing I know about the poker party, and no, it was not the G that told me about the poker party. It was not. It was someone that was there.
Can you talk about what you know about the poker party?
As I've said before, my story will not change. It never will change. All I know was they were there at that poker party.
Mm-hmm. Meaning Katie, Chris, and Sebastion. and some and you know, or you talked to someone who was at that poker party. Hello? Are you there, Terry Lynn? Hello? Hello? Let me call her back. Are you there?
Yes. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, we got cut off.
Okay. Oh, you're good. You're good.
So
No, people that were in the chat, by the way, if that was the lady that whoever's channel it was people in the chat saying it was my damn mother. No, it wasn't my mother running that tip line. Shit.
okay,
I don't believe in that tip line.
that's no problem. So about the poker party, right? It was Chris, Katie, and Chris allegedly.
In my opinion.
Yes.
In my opinion, do I believe, as I told my whole chat, listen, would I go to a poker party? Would I?
Uh-huh.
Me personally, a poker party. Hell no. I think I'm gonna go with my spouse. I'm gonna assume that. And I'm gonna say allegedly I believe he was there.
Now
I do believe that.
Looking a little bit deeper into that. They do correct me if I'm wrong, allegedly they do poker tournaments as well, right?
They do a lot of things, allegedly, as well.
Okay. All right. Wasn't because they from what I understand, they do like poker tournaments and stuff with all that. So.
They do, but this is at their home. You have to remember, this was at their home.
Yeah, but they
and they do a lot of that at the home. And I know a little bit about these poker things, and I do the betting and stuff. And is it illegal here? Yes, it is. But
people still there's a lot, people still do it.
Yeah.
You don't stop anybody, right?
But apparently it does not.
Oh, look, a car wash real close by. Okay. All right. Anything else?
I was looking if they have any
more
questions. Oh, I'm not talking about riddles. I'm saying I started my timeline. He was there. Sebastion was there. I can't confirm that Chris was there. Do I believe that he was there? Yes, I do. Because I don't think that I would go to a poker party without my spouse.
Yeah, I think he probably got off and came to Hendersonville. They went to, do whatever they did that evening. I mean, it's, 3 hours. It's not a...
Wait a minute. And I'm not wait, let me sorry, I didn't mean to.
You're fine.
Laura, I don't know you, but I'm going to address you.
Hold on, what?
I'm not saying it's hearsay. I'm not trying to be rude either. It's confirmed due to the fact they took the damn computer. He's got his computer back.
So
I mean, I don't have nothing to make up. I'm not in cahoots with any of these people. I'm just trying to find this child, period.
Right. They I'll say allegedly, but they allegedly took this computer from this house, right?
It's already been put out there, but if you want to say allegedly, you can.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because they did take the computer and they did give it back, and that's been confirmed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
they did. Now, do I know? Like I said, do I know for a fact that he was there? I don't.
Right.
But in my opinion, do I believe that? Do I believe that maybe he was there? Absolutely, I do.
Well, I mean, why
Um,
would Katie and Sebastian go by themselves?
that was my point. And thank you, Hatter. It was on Facebook. I mean, they've already put it out there that they got the computer back,
Oh, it was on
and they did get the
Facebook?
computer
Okay,
back.
cool.
Yes, I mean anybody can go look. I mean, I'd already known about it though, and I'd already spoken about it in an older video of mine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I'd already done. I'd already had a whole thing about that, just like I did with the with his office for his construction company being right there by the trash place. That well, the next day it's on fire.
Yeah. Yeah,
Weird
that is
or
true.
coincidence? I don't know. I don't just. I have nothing to hide or lie about. I mean, this is crazy. But people have the right to believe what they want to believe.
Okay.
You know, I'm in cahoots with no one. I'm just trying to do the best by this child, and that's fine.
Right.
Him, and I'm not going to stop.
That's right.
Uh,
They kept his gaming console hoping he would log back onto his account. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Terry Lynn, for calling in, my
You're
dear.
welcome. You're welcome. And I'm going to be downloading my beginning videos where I was out there.
Oh, that would be good.
Well, not being able to get out of my car because I'm not going to be able to show these videos anytime soon. I know that because I can't be at my laptop like that. I just can't because I feel like I'm not doing a service when I'm right here local.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'll say I will share them with those that I believe in,
Yeah.
and well, you're one of them.
Well, thank you, my dear. All
You're
right.
welcome, and thank you for doing the job you're doing.
Thank you. You too. You keep it up. Keep up the good work. All
I'll
right.
be out there tomorrow. I've got to
Thank you.
take care of my kitty cat, but I'll be back out there tomorrow,
All right. Loves.
and I'll be listening. Love you.
Okay. Bye
And
bye.
happy birthday tomorrow. I
Okay.
forgot.
Thank
Wait. Happy birthday. I got to sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sexy Justin. Happy birthday to you.
Yay. Thank you,
I
my
had to do
dear.
that.
Thank you.
You're
Love you.
welcome.
All
You're
right.
welcome. Love
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye, baby.
All right. That was the world renowned Terry singing me happy birthday. Yes. I think she got antibiotics for those tick bites. I think she did. Clutch your pearls.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oops. Clutch your pearls.
Hey, Justin.
Hey.
First off, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I wanted to say a few things about some of the things. I talked to my stepson,
Uh-huh.
who is 17. He's a high performing Ashburger.
Gotcha.
And it was just more of a question here, would he leave the house without his shoes?
Uh-huh.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not. He hates the feeling of the ground on his feet.
Yep.
And then you add in the bites from the ants and that makes even more for him. But going back to the flashlights, I don't know if you had talked about this yet or not. Has anyone thought that maybe that second flashlight was actually Chris Proudfoot? He was there, and the only reason why one went back is because Katie went back and Chris left, and it's possibly his mom's car took Sebastion with him.
Oh, I certainly believe that there is definitely, I do believe, how can I say it? I'm sorry. I do believe that you could be very correct on that. Now, I don't know whose vehicle it is, though. I will say that. I personally don't think it's a QX80, but that's just me.
If you don't mind a name drop, BHB did a video
Yes.
type thing where she lined up the car and it seemed to line up pretty well.
Yeah, I was the first one to do that video, actually. I was like, oh, it kind of reminds me of a QX80 because I used to have a QX80. But then I got to looking. The headlights are vertical, meaning up and down. They're not horizontal, meaning across. They are
I
up
must
and
have
down.
missed that video. I'll have to go back and look at it.
Yeah, and in the light, you can see that there's two different lights, one below it and one above it, and there's something in the middle, and it is a totally different tail light. It's a totally different tail light. I was the actual first one that said, "Oh wait, that kind of reminds me of my Infinity," but then I got to looking at it, and then I was like, "Oh wait, no, it can't be because it's the light is vertical, it's not horizontal, and QX lights are horizontal, they're not vertical." Now American branded most cars or SUVs and trucks, they are vertical lights. Most Japanese, British, Germans are horizontal.
That would make sense. Australian is too. I remember my Subi was
Yep.
horizontal.
Yeah, yeah. And this is a vertical light. It's a vertical light.
Have you heard anything about any type of forensics being done?
No. No, I haven't.
It's almost too late for it now.
It is. It is. It's not almost. It is too late. I mean,
Well, especially seeing as they said they had a professional cleaner go in. Rumored, that there was a cleaner that went in the house and cleaned.
I don't know. I don't know.
I wonder if
anything about
anyone
that, but
followed up on that, or like I said, it's a rumor. But I wonder if anyone would be able to follow up on that. I'm just a small fish in a big pond, so I don't have very many resources.
right. You know, I don't know if someone went in there to clean. She's a pretty neat person. You know, you got to give it to her. She's an excellent housekeeper, right? So, I don't, you know, it's too late. Whether it happened or it didn't, really, it's just too late now. You know what I mean? It's just been months.
Well, my main theory that I'm going on is that 10:30, 11:30 dump may have been a critical point, and the rest of it was just getting them out, planning.
Yeah.
Because with every story, even if it's a lie, there's some modicum of truth. A 10 o'clock dump is kind of weird to say it as a thump. I would say noise.
Thud. Yeah. Thud. Yeah. It is. It is a weird thing, to say the least.
All right, and then the other thing is I wanted to ask: did you catch the video where they were talking about how do you know what he went to bed in? And Chris answered, "We seen him."
Yep. I played that yesterday or day before yesterday, a couple days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you noticed the bruise on his throat in the one picture?
Yeah.
I talked to a medical friend of mine and showed her the picture. She's a nurse practitioner. that I talked to, and she said that bruise is 7 to 10 days old. It, as of the time the picture was taken, because of the coloring.
That could be very true, which would remember Chris was supposed to be there the weekend before, allegedly, as well, according to people at the restaurant. Many of us have, spoken to, and Chris was allegedly there the weekend before with Chris, Katie, and Sebastion at a steakhouse. And that, if it's 7 to 10 days old, that would indicate when Chris was there the weekend prior.
Yeah. But I asked my stepson if he wasn't in a rush, if he was planning on running away on his own free will, if he would leave with just a flashlight, no shoes, no socks, no, just leave. And he said, if I was going on my own, running away, he would definitely pack his Game Boy, a pair of clothes, and snacks.
Well, I mean, the only way a person's going to leave their shoes, any person,
is in fear.
Yes. And they're also going to leave a scent, even if
that was my other thing.
If they're in fear, they leave adrenaline scent. There's the fear scent, and
even if he was barefoot, he would leave a scent.
Barefooted, socks on, shoes on, you're going to leave a scent. You can't help it. It's nothing you can.
It would be stronger barefoot, though.
Of course. But you got to realize most people aren't barefooted when they go missing. And they still find them just fine.
That's the other thing is there's been so many kids that have gone missing, and they find them right away. Yep. He seems to be the only one that's been missing for an extended amount of time.
Well,
recently,
summer, and then
there's all kinds of bodies showing up too. Sorry for being open about it.
No, you're fine. It's what it is.
Well, my prayer is that he's off in a camp somewhere he wasn't supposed to go, and that's why this missing crap. That's my hope. Unfortunately, my feeling says that this isn't going to be a good outcome. Yeah. Unfortunately, poor Seth, I don't think has anything to do with it.
No, he does.
He's trying. Yeah. But in all actuality, the one person I keep coming back to is they keep saying Katie was the only one home. So she should know something.
Yes. You would think, right? You would think, but you would also think that a mother would check on her child before she went to bed, especially if she heard something.
I check on my kids every time I get up, even if I just get up to pee in the middle of the night. I check to make sure they're in their bed.
Bingo.
And I don't have my youngest is troubled emotionally, but not autistic.
Right.
And I would worry about her running away. She's actually said she was going to run away, and she's only 8.
Right.
But in that sense, she ran around, got dressed, and took care of her vanity before she went out the house. I did a video the other day, straight up, I wouldn't care about my vanity. If my kid's missing, I don't care what I look like. I don't care if I'm going out in a teddy.
Yeah.
I'm going to find my kid.
Yeah. There's something I want to say, and I actually haven't said this yet, and I want to ask the neighbor. This. Hold on. What time? Let me check something. What time was...
You might have one of the same questions I have.
What time was sunrise on February 27th 6th, 2024, Hendersonville, Tennessee. 6:21 a.m. So it would still be.
I was gonna say here in Missouri, it was around 6:30.
It was 6:21 on. Okay, so this is my thing. I want to know. We've not ever spoke about this, but this is big. And it would, to me, it would tell a lot. I want to know, did Katie turn his lights on when she went to his bedroom that morning? Major.
That would be a really, really good question.
I want to know one simple thing. Katie, did you turn Sebastian's lights on the morning he went missing, when you didn't know anything was going on?
When she went to wake him up, did she turn the lights on?
Yes.
Yeah. The other thing is how in the world does a mom with a child missing leave her home for anything outside of searching for the child?
Mm-hmm.
I would leave my home if my kid was missing.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have my little sister or somebody here at the house that my kid knows, and I'd be out there on the street.
Well, Kloops, this is the thing. I'm going to find out. I will find out. I just keep forgetting about that, and I just thought about it while I was live. I want to know. Thank you, Smiling Sleuth. I want to know, and I'm going to find out. That I will find out. Has anyone thought that the tail lights could have been changed? No. No, they're not going to have time to change any tail lights. Or you mean after the fact? Probably not. No, because let me tell you
Or are
something.
they asking about aftermarket parts before the situation?
Let me tell you something. There is 2 other cameras that has that vehicle, whatever that vehicle is. They had the authorities have the vehicle. Trust. Not they don't have the vehicle, but they have the vehicle on other cameras. Trust that. Thank
Well,
you,
the
Emily.
other thing is why isn't TBI at least saying, out in the open that, we are still working on this? Has there been any press conferences or anything like that recently that I may have missed? Where they said anything about him?
Nothing.
See,
yes.
Tennessee was all over. I did look at his case at one point. He's the kid from Missouri that they found in the river.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly right, Karen. The Ring cameras should tell you. I have not heard any other creator say that. Katie, did you turn the lights on? Did you turn the lights on?
The other thing is why were the lights replaced after the fact outside by the garage, but they weren't there during the situation?
Mm-hmm.
People say that they may have been cameras. They weren't cameras. Those were empty light sockets.
Yeah, they were empty light sockets because
they wanted it dark to sneak out. It's all I can think of.
Yeah, they did. They did. From what I understand, there was, or not there was, there may have been a lot going on around that area.
I'm live for you now, hon. Um, sorry, my husband and my kids are getting ready for bed. um, yeah, that's definitely and big question is where, what are these light phenomena? They say the truck obviously isn't a truck because the truck ain't gonna go through the yard.
Yeah, no, that is a human. What have you not have you seen my live where we see you can actually see a person's leg and arm moving?
Oh, you can?
Yeah, look, you need to go look back on my stuff. Yeah.
Oh, geez, I am so far behind. I am so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll definitely be replaying some of your stuff tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, guys. What was that creator that found you can see the what was the creator that found that you can see someone walking through the middle of the yard up the which what was her name? She's a real small creator. Very good work. Very good work. Okay. Yeah. Hey, let me jump off here and I'll play it. Okay.
All right. Well, you have a great birthday, and
thank you,
I'm going to be going through your other stuff and trying to catch up with what you got because I obviously missed a few things.
Well, I'm getting ready to play that. So, and
all
right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. I want to turn off phones for now. Brandy Gray found this. I don't want to say I found it because I didn't find this. She did the work on this. So I want to give her the credit because I want people to go to her channel. We're going to drop Brandy's chat. Oh, she's up to 3.25 thousand subscribers now. Yay! That makes me happy. I love to find people who really that it's not just look at this, guys. Let me turn off my phones and all of this stuff. All right. Credit goes to Brandy Gray. Watch this.
Speaking on the flashlight / garbage truck video of the home surveillance that is looking at Sebastion Rogers' home, I am about to show you what I have found. We are going to enlarge and slow down this video. Sit back and watch. It will surprise you. These big lights could be a garbage truck. I'm not sure, but I think that they are lights on one of the houses.
Hey, Greta, thank
and
you
I
so
believe
much.
they are on the
I agree.
home, and they are stationary. They do not move.
Watch
Now,
this,
if
guys.
you pay attention to the rest of the screen, the other two sources of light that you are going to see moving across the screen. I will enlarge it. I'll slow it down some, but I will point it out to you in just a minute that these are people. That is two people with some kind of light source. Could be a cell phone, could be a flashlight. I don't know, but it is two people with a light source. and they are walking back towards those big lights, which are right at the Proudfoot's home. J for Justice showed us where those lights are located by using Nick Barris's video and putting a light filter over it. You can go to her channel to see that. But if you pay close attention here and watch as the light moves across the screen, when it reaches the top of the screen, if you watch in front of those big lights, right here in a second, it's about to walk in front of those big lights, and you will then be able to see that it is a person. You can actually tell it's a person even before then, about midway to the lights. But watch closely, and you're going to see this person walk in front of those big lights right there. Right there. You see? Pause it. If you need to, you can enlarge your screen and take a look at it. Even slow
Can y'all see it? Watch this.
it down on your end
Right. See, this person's right here. You can tell it's moving.
and take a look at it. Look right now.
Now
There it
look.
goes.
Look at
It's
this
about to
right here.
cross. And okay,
There's another person walking
here I'm
right
bringing
here.
it to you. Now watch.
There it goes.
It's
I can
that is a person right now standing in
try to
front of that light source. I have inserted a enlarged still shot of the video where you can actually see that that is a person standing about midway of the screen right now. And I understand that we've been told it's a garbage truck. We've been told it's not relevant, amongst other things. But what I'm telling you is that video doesn't lie. I do have a pretty good background in video and skills with it. And that is two people with some kind of a light source. And they are walking back to that main big light source that never moves. It's my opinion that that big light source are some kind of lights on their house. I don't know who the people are, but if I had to guess, your guess would probably be the same.
I'm going to show you something. Give me 1 second.
Back
I got
in
it.
Fox America, actress Shannon Doherty, best known for her role in the
Crap.
Speaking on the
Bear with me.
flashlight slash garbage truck video of the home surveillance that is looking at Sebastion Rogers' home, I am about to show you what I have found. We are going to enlarge and slow down this video. Sit back and watch. It will surprise you. These big lights could be a garbage truck, I'm not sure, but I think that they are lights on one of the houses. And I believe they are on the Proudfoot's home, and they are stationary. They do not move. Now, if you pay attention to the rest of the screen, the other two sources of light that you are going to see moving across the screen, I will enlarge it. I'll slow it down some, but I will point it out to you in just a minute that these are people. That is two people with some kind of light source. Could be a cell phone, could be a flashlight. I don't know, but it is two people
I'm going to
with
slow
a
it down
light
for y'all in just
source.
a second.
And
But
they are walking back towards those big lights, which are right at the Proudfoot's home. J for Justice showed us where those lights are located by using Nick Barris's video and putting a light filter over it. You can go to her channel to see that. But if you pay close attention here and watch as the light moves across the screen, when it reaches the top of the screen, if you watch in front of those big lights, right here in a second, it's about to walk in front of those big lights,
you can
and you will
see it
then
moving right
be
here.
able to see that
Let me slow it down so you can really see.
it moves across the screen.
You can see
When
it right
it
here.
reaches to the top of the screen, if you watch in front of those big lights, right here in a second, it's about to walk in front of those big lights, and you will
See right here? You can see the legs, the torso.
then be able to see that it is a person. You can actually tell it's a person even before then, about midway
See?
to the light.
Leg, leg.
But watch closely, and you're gonna see this person walk in front of those big lights right there. Right there. You see? Pause it. If you need to, you can enlarge your screen and take a look at it. Even slow it down on your end and take a look
I
at
got some
it.
other pictures I'm showing y'all in
But
just a
right
second.
now, there it goes. It's about to cross and okay. Here I'm bringing it to you. Now watch. That is a person right now standing in front of the light source. I have insert.
All right. I did some outlines. That's brandy gray. I did some. See, you can see the outline. See this? All right. This is my outline. Pardon my art. You can clearly see. Very well. I'm wondering what about the Paris landing. There's nothing really about the Paris landing. There was people saying about a highway, but we were looking at it. I don't think it can be. I don't think it's anything. Right. I just checked. Henry's still alive. Who's Henry? Right. Like you can see the foot, the leg, everything. The fawns. Harry Winkler. Oh. You can. Bear. You can absolutely follow their movement. The twisted rail. Proud fits are at 108. These is the lights at 106 garage. What soldier girl saying? What am I missing out here? Christy guessed, and she tried to steal. When I know, well, I know that Mama Bowersocks is the sister of Christy Guess, and she tried to steal my son every day way back when her son and my son went to schoolmates. Really? We knew that this. That's crazy. So that woman died. I had to call the police every other night to find my son until I figured out what was going on. Dang, soldier girl. That's crazy. Me too, Anne. Me too. Yeah. I was looking at a much smaller figure until you drew the outline. Now you can see this shadow just move right across and then go up. And a lot going on here. Greta Bowersocks. I see a pattern. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on. Put the outlook. See, I don't think it was. I think this time there is movement and there is someone running back toward Terry's deceased ex-wife. How did she die? How did Greta die? And show a pic of Chris. Hold on one second. Let me look at something here. Oh, actually, hold on. One second. Well, this is the pic of Chris walking behind. This is pic from Chris from far away and behind. Her bit says Terry on her son. How did she die? Look at the way he's walking versus the video. Well, this way, hold on, let me show you. The way that whoever's walking this is walking sideways. The way that he's walking here is walking forward in this picture. I mean, this is hyper zoom, like zoomed in. I noticed a post on Facebook chat. Thomas said that they had to make Chris leave. Yeah. Yeah, I can show you. There's not a lot of trees. I mean, you can see during, I don't know what y'all were talking about, Mohawk, but I will show you that you can see that there is not a lot of trees here. Or not, there's no leaves, rather, during the time Sebastion went missing. Bear with me. Let's see here. Give me a second so I can find them. I've got aerial footage. Nope. What did I do with them? I've got all kinds of pictures of aerial footage where they... Damn it. Give me 1 second. All right. Projects. Video presentation. Thumbnail. Presentation. I swore it was... Do I have 3 of them? No, no way. Why is it not showing? Did I delete them? There's no way I deleted them. I've got all... What the hell did I do with them? I don't know. I'll have to show them to you later, I guess, because my computer's being really weird. Did someone get in there and delete them? I'm like, what the hell? I've got like 10 billion pictures of the footage of that day. I don't understand where it's at. Now it's kind of annoying me because I can't find it. It's got to be here. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Finally found it. Jesus to Betsy. All right. This was the day of or the day after Sebastion went missing. right here. You know, the backyard you can't normally see when the leaves are on. Here you can clearly see it. Right. Here's where the camera is. I mean, look here. See these trees? Like, you can't normally see hardly anything during when the leaves are on. This is when the leaves just started coming on. But it's like so different, you know, versus spring versus or winter versus spring. Thank you, Cecilia, for singing Happy Birthday like Marilyn Monroe to me. Sorry, I didn't read this out earlier. I apologize. CP and KP can lie about anything and everything because law enforcement and CPS will never respond publicly. That's exactly right. You're exactly right. They're never going to say yes or no publicly. They can say anything. You're right. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I love you all. Appreciate you. I will probably be back on my second channel in a little bit. Hey, sweet tea, come and join me over there. Hey, sweet tea. Oh, tomorrow's your birthday too, Crystal. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, my dear. Really do appreciate it. All right, guys, I'll be back a little bit. I need to go do some stuff. Oh, thank you, Maurice. Oh, thank you, my dear. Empathetic and funny, has me in hysterics. Nature is so appreciated. I love you, dear. Oh, I love you too, Maurice. Thank you so very much, my dear. Very sweet of you. Love you, honey. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you. Thank you all for your well wishes and all of that. I'll be back in a little bit. We'll be on Hey Sweet Tea. So come hang out with us over there. We'll talk about everything. Love you guys. Love loves. Bye bye.